competitive game here. Of course, Kobe, thanks for covering for me while I was doing the intro down there.
Yeah, run on up.
Yeah, there you go.
Those are fun to do, by the way. I did one on the first day.
Yeah.
I was a little nervous. I was, whoa, this actually gets you
get you pumping.
Pumped up before the cast. There we go. Now you can smooth transition into play-by-play. You've got your energy levels high. Yeah, exactly.
Just do a team intro, no problem.
Get some of the LTA Seoul fans to pump you up.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got to say, I think there's extra pressure now on Team Liquid with all the rumors around them, not doing well in scrims.
Yeah, definitely.
And all the other LTA North teams, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. If you are the team that struggles, you really do stand out, and not in a good way. So I do think there's that additional pressure on Team Liquid to get it going right here, right now. We'll see if they're going to be able to do it. As we are getting through the first series of picks and bans, Cassante, Talia, Draven banned out by Isurus Estral, while Team Liquid's going to take Kalista, Jace, and Skarner off the board. And it's a Varus first pick, and the answer is the Rumble for Impact, as well as Yeon's Ezreal.
Interesting, because if they're hovering the Ambessa right now, they were only more worried about the Cassante pick into it, not so much worried, about the Poppy pick or like a Renekton pick into it. The Rumble here for Impact is already, good into it, so we'll see if there is any sort of flex on the side of Team Liquid. But if you pair a Sejuani with the Ambessa, that definitely adds a lot more to the danger of that lane. Maybe the Rumble will have to think twice then, but generally, Impact should be feeling pretty good about that one.
Absolutely. It also does, raise the prio for Mireu of some of these, mid-lane melee champions. So it'll be interesting to see if Team Liquid is going to be looking to focus that, ban out some things like Silas and those types of champs that do pair so well with that Sejuani. When you do have the double melee solo lanes alongside the Sejuani, it really can make it so much easier because you can play to either of those lanes very effectively. Jose, obviously a massive star here for Isurus Estral, and a big part of the reason that they are the first seed coming in here. And when I was talking to, a number of the casters and people, from the LTA South, they feel that is their way in, is Josedeodo, that this is the mismatch, that he could get an advantage over Umti and really try to take over the game.
Well, it'd be funny if they did it this game because he's the one on the Sejuani, stealing it away from Umti, and then Umti is going with the Zhao, going to be more conqueror, fighter build for him, whereas everybody recently has been like, please get Umti on pure tanks. He is going to be on the Zhao.
Except for maybe Umti.
Yeah, except for Umti himself, and of course maybe the entire TL team.
True, of course.
They very much could have different opinions there, but you mentioned the mid jungle synergy as well. Of course, Ambessa is flexible to mid lane, but a lot of these mid lane melee champions like the Silas and the Akali, 2 of the 3 most played for Mireu, so definitely very good at those melees to go along with it. So the Silas ban was good research by Team Liquid, and we are going to get CoreJJ's Pantheon back on the Rift. He loves this champion. He was really good with it. Definitely a support champion that can help out your jungle a lot in those plays. Very, very dangerous when a Pantheon is in both
Elise support coming in. So this could be pretty exciting to see how Ackerman is going to be able to perform on this. Elise support, very high highs, very low lows, right? I do think, even though people used to think about Pantheon in that way, I don't think that this Heartsteel Pantheon is as swingy because you're kind of just a lot more tanky and you have the E to throw it up. Exactly. So you're able to block a lot more damage. It is going to be a Ziggs coming through here for APA. So back on the tried, the true. This is the champion that everyone initially is like, he's only a one trick on that. Yeah. Then he's playing Ace, he's only one trick on that. Then he's playing just, he's only one trick on that.
And I didn't want to say anything before this series actually took off, but Audi, when we had Audi land on the dive, he specifically was like, in scrims they're not good unless they get Ziggs, and I was like, don't tell anybody that before the match, because I feel like people have kind of
forgot,
put that in the past. They kind of forgot, right? It's like, it's been playing a lot of other stuff recently. It hasn't been nearly nearly in the eyes, but now obviously they have been scrimming a whole bunch with it, and obviously he is still that is one of his main champions that he has had the most success with. So I think that's a very good like opening draft for Team Liquid to be able to get that Ziggs for APA, at least with what the rumors from scrims and stuff were sounding like.
I mean, it's ultimate comfort, right? And you have that Ziggs ult, you have the Rumble ult, you have the Ezreal, all of these ways to actually reach the backline. You have setup, obviously, Zhao going in, Pantheon ult. There's all of these tools to really get in that backline and pick someone off like the Varus, who doesn't have a lot of mobility. The only way you're getting out of all of those tools really is with the flash, and that is about it. He is going to be playing barrier, not cleanse on the Varus, so that means as well flash point and stun, point and click stun there from CoreJJ becomes that much more effective. So we'll see how safe he is going to be able to stay here, as we are going to be shortly getting into game. The last hope of the LTA South is their #1 seed, so they're saving best for last, and we'll have to find out if it's going to be enough against Team Liquid.
Just want to take a moment to revel in the fact that our support matchup is Elise versus Pantheon. Kind of sick.
Why don't you revel in the fact that that is a sparkly hat?
Well, that one also, I'm down to party with one of the sparkly hats.
Yeah, where's our sparkly hats?
We need to get some TL ones up here to balance it out. Because the LSS was talking about what they were hearing with the cheers, but what I'm seeing in the crowd is a sea of blue and orange for Isurus Estral here. Massive, massive support. Plus the sparkly hats, on top of it. Like, what can we do to that?
We're getting diffed in the fashion department.
We are getting diffed.
We're getting diffed in the fashion. We'll see if we get diffed in the gameplay.
APA's back to chatting. That also makes me feel like comfort here, Azale.
Yeah.
Comfort for Team Liquid.
Yeah, exactly. That's absolutely the comfort zone. Even more so than the champion. He's been more of a typer than he has been, associated with any specific champion. They are looking for this early invade here. Snacker going to hit a Q onto Umti. But seems like it's just going to be a pretty calm level 1. And earlier today, we caught up with Josedeodo about his feelings heading into the matchup.
I think our team is better relying on fights. I think Liquid is a very good team controlling the map, but we are a better fighting team, so I think we can rely on that. I'm excited to shut up CoreJJ because he put us 8 on a tier list, so you'll have to see we are 8 today.
Yeah, I think he put him 8th because he knew they were playing him. He was really wanted to get in there. Some interesting lore too with these two teams is that Isurus Estral, being one of the LATAM teams, here in Brazil, has been renting out TL's facility that's here and practicing here. So then when TL came down as well, I think they're both still practicing in the same facility.
I heard they were going to get kicked out of the TL facility, but I'm not actually sure. There's going to be a fight here around mid lane. Core just dueling mid with APA. This has been the LTA South strategy almost always in these lane swaps. They do bring their top laner down to mid to soak some experience, and the LTA North team's answer has been, you know what, we're not going to do the same. We're going to bring our support there and just 2v2. But we do have Umti coming around here, and Isurus Estral will have to be careful if they do get too far up, but Umti's going to be warded out.
And this is what the LSS was talking about with their interview with Takeshi at the beginning of the day, and he was really encouraging the lane swaps, almost like go for it like every game here for Isurus Estral, specifically because it definitely felt the bottom lane as well. If it was just a 2-on-2 matchup, might be a weak point for them. So they get what they wanted. Their lane swap here up to the top side, and turret plate will be the price already for that lane swap. CoreJJ and Yeon get their first down there, but Burdol and Snacker will follow pretty shortly. Impact as well went for the mid lane soak for his level 2.
Oh, okay, that was really close to core executing, actually.
Look, they're sending support down to bottom lane pretty early here, so they're probably going to try and teleport top lane in. Ackerman trying to see if he can get up there to that tower, and if they can, then they could, send Burdol on over.
And it looks like that's going to be the case. And as we've already had a little bit of trash talk, going on here, we got to talk about Captain Americas versus Yaptain America. Josedeodo, the only player to play in the LCS, LLA, CB LOL, and now the LTA South as well. So he's been playing everywhere in the Americas and has a lot of experience with and against all of these different players, all of these different styles. And of course, we've got our own Captain America. It's Yaptain America there in the mid lane. APA known so much for his confidence, for the trash talk. and has been making a name for himself over the last year or two with the gameplay as well. He was able to win a title and was one of the most dominant teams in the LCS last year, especially during summer.
Yeah, last year that was one of his main draws, getting in there very frequently. This year, at the beginning of our first split, he has been cooled it a little bit on the all chat and hasn't been in there quite as frequently.
And
so
on the gameplay, so maybe it's
that's
related.
Why.
Exactly.
They're paired right there, but we'll see about that in this one because he has started out opening the gates with his Ziggs pick, one of his main champions as he was coming up. So we'll see about this because they did go for the play we're talking about, teleport Burdol in there, the level 2 Ambessa under tower, and Ackerman was able to take out the lane ward. TL seeing him on the way, we're like, fine. And so they move off as well. So seems to be very, very close here as far as the beginning of this game out of that lane swap. I think just a tiny bit of extra damage, not even an extra full turret plate or anything given over on the bottom side. So no real big cost.
Yeah, none whatsoever. We are in a pause here. As soon as we get any additional information, we will let you know what is going on. But we haven't been alerted as to the cause of this just yet. Hopefully it's a quick one. It's been pretty quick so far. I don't think we've had any major pauses whatsoever. So hopefully we'll continue that trend. Nope, it's going to be good.
Nice curse.
It's going to be good.
Our pagoda. See if we can get that those pagoda pause toga things that they had.
Yeah.
Actually, Raz has one back at the lounge. I know Raz has one. We got to get him in one.
He actually is wearing it every day. It's just under his other clothes.
Yeah,
He's got it ready.
That's how I know he has it, because it's on every
Just tears that stuff off like Superman, but instead it's his pagoda toga. His patoga.
Patoga, that's what it was.
Yeah, exactly, the patoga.
Oh, okay. What do we got?
Jose says, I paused. You aren't scared of my Ziggs.
APA wants to get back in on the typing.
Okay, so Isurus is investigating a potential audio issue. You can see there's some banter going back and forth between the players. Ziggs goes, you aren't scared. Ziggs. APA goes, you aren't scared of my Ziggs. And they're kind of just bantering back and forth. And we can see Jose laughing about it on the player cams, having a good time. But they are just getting that audio fixed up. You can see the ref over by Jose. So was his issue that he was having. And can we type? Well, that ship has sailed. You are typing now, so.
Whether you can or are not supposed to, am currently doing it.
All right, well, both teams are ready, so we are going to be resuming here very shortly and going to be getting back on into game.
Offensive and defensive, and he's gone with the lethal tempo version, and versus Ziggs instead of the grass, since don't need the grass in that matchup. So is going to have that extra damage potential with the full lethal tempo stacking. So I actually think I do prefer their side.
Yeah, it definitely is strong, and we are going to be seeing exactly what they can get done here. As Flash already forced here mid lane. It's a trade of flashes there, as Ackerman did go aggressive in towards APA, but Umti's in the area. Now Ackerman, level 2, is going to be in some trouble. Wind becomes lightning. Ackerman has no flash, no way out.
Just
it's
kidding.
An
I
easy
prefer the other
cleanup for Umti. First blood grabbed by Team Liquid.
Yep, changed my mind. Don't prefer the support Elise. That's
something like your supports?
That's looking like one of those. I mean, he went for the flash play, and the trading on flashes on mid lane is good, but then couldn't back out. And these wards are kind of critical for TL. In the river actually there. So even though the control ward is up by Raptors, yeah, APA is back into the chat. All right, full comfort zone, baby. And this may be one of those support Elise games where it becomes a liability. Because if you start dying, then it is very easy to continue. But he's back here, level 2. Just keep the action rolling. He's got his boots. That's all you really need.
There you go.
Get
full
those
build.
boots and go make some more plays.
Yep, and we'll see what plays he's going to be able to make. They are stacking this wave in towards Impact. Of course, it is just the 2 members, and Impact's quite healthy, so unlikely to be under any real pressure of a dive here. Ackerman does hit level 3. We can see Umti's going to be heading down towards bot, where Jose has been spotted on that ward, so we'll see if TL can find any sort of an action, but looks like Umti's just there to cover. He's going to be able to base and get his buy off.
Yeah, let's see, because Jose just keep hovering here. Tower's just still going to take damage, so they'll just keep working away at some turret plates. Play for plate money. and get a little bit of a chunk as well. Core used his Ignite.
Yeah, Yeon could go for this, forces the flash with a Mystic shot. It is the Ignite traded out. Core tanks a couple turret shots, but they push Burdol back, and he does have his teleport, so he's going to come back to wave.
I mean, good ward in here by Krugs. We mentioned at the beginning of the day, Yeon and CoreJJ have been so good for Team Liquid. Probably the strongest part of the team for this entire year thus far. And they're able to just turn up the pressure here with the extra ward. They kind of waste a little bit of Jose's time, delay him on the Krugs. Then when they see he goes back onto the Krugs, then they go aggressive under tower, go for the trade, Ignite down. They burn the flash from Burdol and force him out, force him to miss a little bit more. Now we're going for the reset though. Notice their lane assignments.
Mireu is so low, and Core could actually look for this. We'll see if he wants to go for any sort of a Q flash. And Mireu, aware that Core could be playing on that top side, is going to walk out towards bot for the recall, but Core still fishing around, not going to find him recalling in the brush, and Mireu will get out alive.
Yeah, and they did go for the reset there, and so lane assignments back out to the other side afterwards, and so we end up with the Varus Elise back bottom while Umti finishes up on the grubs and meets up back with Yeon and Burdol here. Gonna try and poke off Burdol. See if Yeon can move up here and try and keep up the pressure before the Ambessa can get to the level 6.
Yeah, we'll have to see if he's going to be able to do that. Obviously, it gets a lot more threatening.
Yeah, once he's level 6, then it's way more dangerous to keep that pressure.
You hit the Mystic shot, he hits the public execution. Could be rough, but Core is in the area, so now Burdol going to have to be careful about that, and has been held down very well by this TL aggression. Only has a 17 CS, and now Core coming in is going to be able to land the stun. There's a shift forward from Yeon. Burdol should be able to dash it out to safety, but again, it's him being zoned from experience, zoned from CS. Umti shows up on top side, so they know on the bot side, Isurus Estral will be able to grab this dragon no problem. Umti, will he fish over the wall before the wind becomes lightning? He is going to at least clear out this ward. Burdol's going to walk back in. I think
Elise is on the way. So
yeah,
so he soaks his level 6 and Elise is on the way. So I think it's a good call for Umti to just recall here. Elise does actually make it quite dangerous. So they are going to back off. But the more poke damage, like you still have to pressure. You're still playing for plates, using that grub buff, poking down Burdol. And even with Elise here covering, more turret plate money earned for Team Liquid.
Yeah, I mean, Burdol hasn't been able to even step forward for any of the CS until Ackerman arrives and gets him some of it with the Targons, just support executing these items. Trying to get as much gold as he possibly can, but Impact's been doing much better on that bottom side. He hit level 6, he used the equalizer to push out that last wave because he knows they're down on bot side on that dragon, so stay safe. Kills the wave, is up a good 16 CS right now in that matchup. And when they do meet back up, it's going to probably be even better for him because he's in such a strong position. Already has a Haunting Guys, about to catch another wave where Burdol still just constantly getting poked away at.
Yeah, chunk down here. Yeon has free access to the river, which also means Honey Fruit Sustain for more mana for him, for more Mystic shots, and more pain for Burdol. And they just get right back to pushing as well. A lot of pings coming down to try and defend that blue quadrant of the jungle too. You can see Ackerman kind of heading over there, making sure they have vision so that no aggressive Team Liquid play comes in towards the jungle, but TL don't have to do that at all.
Yeah.
Impact able to get his own turret plate on the bottom side, and then they reset their bot lane once again. Yeon with his second buy here, also pretty substantial for him. And CoreJJ, even when you just slap a Giant's Belt, a single Giant's Belt onto support Pantheon, it feels so good. Early, just straight health provides so much tankiness this early on into the game.
How many belts does one man need?
Well, you do need another one eventually for your Heartsteel, but one...
Where are you strapping it on,
one is good. On your head, it's like a bandana thing.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the first one, hold up your pants first, okay? Got to get the first
things
one.
first, let's get the priorities.
First things first, hold up the pants.
Gotta stay up.
Second thing, you can go for some style.
Okay. So they ain't got the flexibility,
Yeah.
Okay, I can respect it. Umti up to this top side here with Core, and they have been moving around the map quite a bit together, but hasn't been a tremendous amount of action. They're obviously just happy with the incremental advantages that they have been gaining thus far. And we can see Jose and Ackerman in that top side quadrant as well. And if they go up there, Umti will be waiting. But Isurus Estral seems pretty happy to just play it slow, play it safe thus far. And now they're going to be face checking, and Umti We'll see if he wants to go forward. Not going to just yet. Now misses with the wind, becomes lightning. Seems like both teams just kind of content to just play it slow, play it safe, and back off.
Yeah, there has been a little advantage for APA in the mid lane too. You know, with his signature Ziggs, doing a good job poking this Azir. It always has been one of you know, the weaknesses.
Would you call it his signature
Azir.
pick?
It's definitely been APA's signature pick. Void Grubs will spawn, but the poke versus Azir always has been a good strat, and it looks like they're going to start with the Grubs themselves. And Ambessa walking over first. So Burdol is here, though Impact does have teleport.
I think they're just going to give it. It looks like they are just going to be recalling back towards base. They're going to be happy to try to get another plate. There's no TPs to answer the push on bot, so Core is staying around. They'll get a plate on top side from Yeon, and we'll see what they can get else.
Look at the rotation, too. They even sent Ziggs bottom lane. So not only are they not contesting, but they're going to delete a tower. I actually really like that call because you already get your 4 grub bonus, so you get to spawn your extra Void Might. Feats of strength are like, not quite as big of a deal, and so
they get first tower feat.
We'll just take an insane amount of gold here, plus the first tower itself for that feat, and try and snowball that. And I think that's a really good call from Team Liquid. In the face of a full commitment from Isurus Estral. Another perk of having a Ziggs and just being able to go delete that.
Oh, Yeon in trouble. Nice cleanse. It's going to be able to shift out safety. Jose does force the summoner. Won't get anything more, but they will be able to likely farm some plates up here on the top side unless Impact wants to TP up and cover. The Ezreal ult will help to clean out some of that wave, so Isurus Estral will just back it up, content with what they've got. But TL have opened up an over 2,000 gold lead. Here is the play earlier. Was Core able to steal one over the wall? Is that how one grub went the other way? I think I guess we were looking down on bot side, so was able to get his 4th of the Comet Spear over the wall. Nicely done by Core, and that also denies that full pack of grubs, so you don't even get any progress towards that feat.
Yeah, that's how they got their 4 for the Void Might spawn, and just comes out huge dubs all around for Team Liquid. 2.6k the gold lead, and bottom lane is wide open, so they have to send Azir down there. The only one that can really be safe in that long lane with no tower now. CoreJJ though.
Core in some trouble here. He's going to get locked down. I don't think he has a way out of this one. We'll see if he even wants to use a flash. Surviving for now though. The extra HP keeps him alive. They decide not to commit for it. The public execution is going to force a flash from APA. Isurus almost gets a kill, does get a summoner, but doesn't come away with anything more.
You notice APA even throws a little satchel charge at the chickens to try and protect CoreJJ, even though they were releashing back to spawn there. I like the sentiment. Impact, though.
Impact's got to be a bit careful here. He has overheated. Will he have to flash? He does have to flash back out to safety. Jose's coming though, and they can actually look for a dive here. Core's on the way. Will Core drop the ultimate to try to get in here? There's the flash forward from Jose. No chance to respond. Core's ulting into the bot lane. Well, they're going to look for a dive on the top lane. Burdol trying to dash away to safety. Ackerman is here, dashes back to the tower. They're going to change it over onto Ackerman, but at the same time, APA's in a lot of trouble. APA gets hit by the chains of corruption, does get knocked down, not before Yeon gets a kill with the True Shot barrage, but it's a double at the end of the day for Snacker. And you can see Mireu did die on that bot side, but so did Impact. A bloody battle across the map, but TL come out with the first 3 kills and the feats of strength.
Yep, they barely got their kill in first. CoreJJ now again meets Jose.
And wishes he didn't. There's the ultimate coming through, and that's just going to set up for that piercing arrow. Nails it, doesn't quite have the damage to kill him off. Thanks to the belt and a couple of red rocks in his pockets.
Red rocks, paying off right there. Still though, that's 2 times. CoreJJ tries to go and past the enemy half point here, runs into a Sejuani and has to
Jose's got 2 belts, not a fair fight.
Yep, there you go, an extra belt, making a big difference there. Here's the tower dive on the top side though. Because Snacker's able to get there, you see Varus flash in, Varus ultimate, and they're split between the tower. Yeon not following there because it would have been way too dangerous, and so it's huge for Isurus Estral
There's a pop-off.
Getting some kills there. Yeah, standing up, trying to get in their heads. You're typing in-game, we're emoting in real life.
Yep, exactly. And this was that earlier play. We saw Core ulting in, and just in the picture-in-picture was able to get that kill onto Mireu. So it was a trade on the bot side, but obviously going positive for Isurus Estral on the top side. Ziggs able to get up towards that top lane tower and take that. Well, TL are taking this dragon We'll see if Isurus Estral can get in, try to contest. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to. They're just trying to move towards mid, but APA's already made the move down from top after he killed that tower. He's going to be able to protect this no problem, and you can see the poke already getting pretty annoying. You do have those first items that have been in for a while for TL, and especially for someone like Ackerman, you get hit by one bomb, one Ezreal Q, you are really low already.
Yeah, and the Ziggs tower destruction led to a lot of this gold lead as well. Being able to have that handy W for execution allow them to make that rotation down to bot side where it was already weak from the lane swap. But TL now sights set on mid lane, which has been chunked to 50% as well.
Yeah, they are moving forward. Cocoon is going to connect, as is the Chains of Corruption. But there's the ulti traded out. APA able to chunk Snacker very low. Jose now in the area. They really want to defend this. They were buying time for Burdol on the top side. He claimed a tower of his own. But now Impact has moved up towards mid from bot. And they want to continue to push away at this in this mid lane tier 1. It's such a bastion of safety, both for the Varus and for the Azir, so knocking it down is really important for TL and allows them to look for many more engages.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get all 3 outer towers down this early into the game, just opens you up for so many more easy setups for objectives, Dragons especially. But we'll see with the Rift Herald being started up by Jose on the top side. TL do have a ward in the back of it. But I think with CoreJJ heading down to bottom side, they want to make a cross-map play here on the Azir.
Yeah, I mean, Azir definitely is vulnerable when you're pushing very far up. Core Hex Flash is over, but the recall going to be done before they find him, I do think. And he will be able to get back safely. Core goes hunting, can't find anything. And they grab the Herald on the top side. Mireu stays safe, knowing the danger was coming on that bot side, as no one was contesting top. So going to be feeling pretty good about that, and we'll see if they can knock down another tower with that Rift Herald.
Yeah, you love to see that good comms and good alignment here. When your team is committing to a top side objective like the Rift Herald, don't want to leave yourself out as that possible cross-map play to the opponents. Still looks like eventually the Siege here will take down that mid turret. Don't even have to have APA fully there, just walks on over to make sure they can finish up that siege. And they do achieve their goal here for Team Liquid, all outer towers down. And they still have plenty of deep vision here. You can see through the red quadrant jungle of Isurus Estral to allow them some really nice lead up to plays around dragons. Look for these picks, with the Pantheon constantly here from CoreJJ.
Yeah, and Snacker pretty strong now as well. Obviously, is stacking up that tier, has had the Ghost Blade for a while. When he does hit that 2 items on this Lethality Varus, is going to be pretty powerful, and has elected to go for Comet, which is kind of more of that full focus on poke, as opposed to the Hail of Blades that you see. It's kind of more of that lane focus, for the most part. Umti is here around. They're kind of just waiting out this Azir tower. Will they actually look for the dive? Umti likely to get spotted out, but Mireu is going to find him. Umti tries to flash forward. In comes the ulti from Core. I think Umti thought he was going to be able to get the knockback, get behind him, but Mireu able to get out of there no problem, and it's just a flash for nothing there from Umti.
Yeah, he went for the flash ulti there. A little bit swing and a miss, cut the tape.
Yeah.
They invested CoreJJ's ultimate also, so.
It's very sunny down here in Brazil,
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Anything else going on recently with you, Isaac?
Nope.
Nope. Everything good? Pretty much
good.
Normal? Pretty good lunch today?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's great.
Well, anyways, back to this League of Legends games. I guess we'll update when those ultimate cooldowns are back and available for us.
Wonder how that was used.
Yeah, kind of crazy.
We'll never know.
Umti does not have flash though now.
Strange.
So the Xin Zhao with no flash is a viable pick target.
Burdol going to be face checking APA. We'll see if he's going to be in trouble. Nice satchel back. The ultimate's going to get used, but Burdol just dashes aggressively. In comes the teleport now as well from Impact, and Core has arrived. Public execution gets used on Core. Burdol on the run. Ackerman is here, as is Mireu. There's the teleport in. Mireu trying to finish him off. Whiffs though on the ulti. Now comes the Rumble Equalizer over the top. Impact going to be able to trade one back. It looks like the fight will dissipate for a little bit. The tower though is low. He's going to be looking for the Cocoon. Can he find it? No. Impact, great sidestep, but Jose and Snacker are here. They may want to look for the dive. The ulti connects, as does the piercing arrow right through the heart. Isurus Estral get another kill on the bot side.
Huge punish there. That's big for them. Jose glides in on this Sejuani. They get the extra kill plus the tower. Huge stuff. A lot of gold going their way. Recall even goes off in time. You know, we had the Ezreal and the Pantheon kind of rotation on over, but really good push here from Isurus Estral. Teleport from Mireu. He invested his flash there, going for APA, who also used the flash trying to evade it. And all of that was before the dragon comes up. So lots of cooldowns invested in this play. Does mean that it is going to be started up immediately here by Team Liquid. Umti has his ultimate for safety on the Xin. They're trying to burn it down.
Yeah, APA is just trying to hold mid. We'll see if he's going to be able to do it. And they are going to be able to get the kill there. Is there a play mid? Doesn't look like it as APA just used the Mega Inferno Bomb there to clear out the wave.
Yep. All right, good chunk of gold back the way of Isurus Estral, but TL on reset, still getting their objective. Let's see if this siege on outer tower goes well for them.
It's just so hard when Ziggs is there to siege. You know, straight up, you need to be pushing multiple lanes or you need to threaten the dive. Otherwise, Ziggs is going to kill every single wave you throw at him.
Yeah, it's also poke versus some hard engage here. So lots of wave clear and poke on the side of TL with Yeon and APA. Meanwhile, Isurus looking at angles to try and get their hard engage. Jose in particular. Yeah,
Jose may be in a little bit of trouble, but just going to be able to slide over the wall to safety. Takes a bit of a chunk, but not too big of a deal. They're sending Impact up towards topside as the rest of the TL4 will defend mid and will defend it successfully. That wave, though, pushing in the favor of Isurus Estral down on bot side, so we'll see if TL do eventually go down there. Otacon, of course, has spawned now for a little bit, and it is Isurus Estral with control of that bot side area and the majority of the vision.
Yep, steal away Gromp, rotate on over, pick up some flowers on the way, and Mireu should be able to farm side lanes pretty nicely for himself. So much mobility on the Azir, even with the flashes having been blown in the previous fight. And it looks like we're just getting another look at the end of that previous fight. This is basically just a look at the rewards that they got. And there was some vision. There we go. That's what they're looking for. Josedeodo, big streamer, by the way, with quite a lot of fans. He's getting into it here as they make some plays to cut down on the Team Liquid gold lead.
I mean, no region wants to go winless in an event like this, right? You know, you have LTA North coming down to LTA South with all the fans here. The pro players want to show up, want to show that they can, you know, give as good as they take, and we're going to see if Isurus Estral can get a win here. They are still down 2K, but they're battling pretty even against TL, and they have some solid scaling, so we'll see what they can get done in these next couple of minutes. You know, I'm looking in 3 minutes at this next dragon where TL could be moving towards Soul Point, and if you do get Ocean Soul, that does negate, you know, a lot of the kind of poke coming through here from Snacker, but of course, there's still the possibility of 100-0 plays. Up on top side, though, the public execution gets APA, and APA has no way out. Burdol's going to grab him alongside Ackerman. Great play from them on the top side.
Yeah, look at that. Control it up through Tri-Brush. Ward up here by the tower as well. And the support Elise. Sneaky proto belt over here from Ackerman. They get in, fully delete the Ziggs.
Do you want the Elise on your team yet?
Honestly...
You've answered.
Yeah. Because I mean, it's later in the game now.
Yeah, it's later in the game.
Generally, the later the game goes, the less I want it. But that was a good play, a good pick. It's just that the dragon spawn was still so far away.
Just that the Elise is still an Elise.
Yeah.
I understand.
A bit squishier. And you're looking at the CoreJJ, you know, Pantheon down there with 2 kills for himself.
Yep.
And his heart steal is completed, so he gets to get that really visceral feeling of stacking up. Mid tower should just go down here though, preemptively, and with all of the next big objectives on the bottom half of the map, it's critical to get that before Dragon gets here. Otacon's already spawned on the bottom side of the map, so going to allow them to move a lot more of their wards down this way. Currently, a lot of them are on top side.
The gold really at this point doesn't matter at all, and I do think that Isurus Estral has done a great job of actually encroaching on top side, getting vision. There's no TL wards up there, and you can see Ackerman is sneaking up towards top side, trying to threaten Impact.
Okay.
Impact could get caught here again. The public execution not quite up yet for Burdol, so he's going to need some time. Hits the cocoon, though, is chunking him quite low. Drops the ward there. Impact still able to find the right auto on the blast cone, gets out to safety. I wonder if he used the zoom in trick. You know that trick? If you zoom in, it gives you a different angle. You can avoid
so you can
the ward.
make sure you can click. Yeah.
Exactly. I actually find it super helpful in some of those rare situations, but TL, knowing they were there, are going to start up the Otacon on the bot side. Here comes the teleport from Impact. We'll see how fast they can kill it.
All right, it's dropping pretty quick. Does regain a tiny bit of health there on the AoE, but yeah, that thing should just get burned.
Yeah, that's a costly
Can they
attempt.
get the fight afterwards, though? With the buff, if they could not pick anyone.
Burdol's going to be looking here for Impact, so it might be the fight that they want, but Impact looks like he's just going to be dead already. Umti does connect with the wind becomes lightning, but no fight to be had there, especially because Impact has a 15-second respawn and used his teleport to get it. TL going to be happy with the play overall. We'll have to see how much more they can get. They'll definitely have it for the spawn of the dragon, so they'll have it for that and potentially even a Baron threat. Mireu here on the bot side. Be very, very quiet. No one is in the bush. We'll see if he's going to walk forward. Great satchel. Does interrupt initially what I thought was going to be the dash, but Mireu able to get out to safety. It was just the Q animation that got interrupted there, so he is A-OK. As Impact has eyes on Ackerman. And as a result, going to be playing it very safe on the top side, while TL look to take what is likely to be an uncontested dragon.
Yep, number 3 for themselves. You can see it's, again, this Elise plus Ambessa combo up here, constantly fishing around. Jose doesn't want to give it to him for free, so at least when I try and steal.
Okay, well, they have a ward, in that brush, so that wasn't spotted. He's going to go in. He does not get it. It was down to 52 health, very close. Umti didn't even get the smite off, but is able to get that dragon regardless. Moves TL to soul point. That is a big deal for their chances in this game.
Yeah, number 3 here for them. See how well they could actually utilize it. Of course, Yeon on the Ezreal and APA on the Ziggs. We're looking at the amount of poke damage they'll be able to get down before it, because there's a lot of hard CC on the side of Isurus Estral.
How you feeling about the experimental hex play on the Xin?
Not the best, but
it's like a mini phase rush there or something. I'm not sure.
Personally, I like the gold standard of Cleaver when there's a Sejuani on the enemy team.
Teleport coming in. Impact is fighting Burdol on the top side, but it's TL that are going to have the reinforcements coming in faster. They have the Otacon GAs. They were trying to take out Impact, but they're not quite able to do it just yet. APA, though, in some trouble, cutting back into that corridor. Mireu is here. In comes Umti, going to be looking to help them out. Yeon arriving as well, but he's going to get poked away on by Snacker. Impact goes down to the bot side, but at the top side, Ambessa is already dead, and now it's going to be another joining, and Mireu is down as well. It's 2 kills there for TL. The one will stick because Impact is the one who falls, and he's the only one who didn't have the GA.
Still chasing on with a couple of those GAs still available for Yeon, CoreJJ, and Umti.
Yeah, Snacker making it difficult for them to close the gap. Ackerman as well hits a cocoon over the wall. They're trying to keep this pressure on. TL wants a committed fight, but IE doing a good job. They're just not allowing them to really get that full-on brawl that they would have wanted with the Otacon.
Yeah, back off a little bit. Interesting here as well. And I mean, back to the Hex plate, though, I guess the call is, hey, since we have double Leandries and a Blackfire on our team already, I don't really care about shredding, the Sejuani armor with a Black Cleaver or something. He's like, you guys, I've got that Sejuani taken care of, right? You've got plenty of max health damage and burn and everything.
It seems
so. He's like, he wants to get on a squishy.
Snacker in trouble here. He did flash, but it's a flash follow there from Core. It's a big shutdown for APA, and can they go for more? That Hex play, I mean, it's going to be strong maybe in the 1v1s and the duels, but, could be something a lot tankier they could go for, like Asterix. But TL going to be starting up the Baron here. I definitely have to respond. We'll see if they're going to be able to do it. APA staying to the side in the brush is going to be looking for poke as they walk in. Mireu trying to get close. Not going to be able to do it just yet. Core gets the distance over the wall. In come the ultimate's not going to land. Mireu survives, and that is both the Ziggs ult and the Rumble equalizer. It's up to Jose now. He has no flash. He does have the smite. Can he get vision, and can he get into the pit? In fact, trying to zone them off on the side. They have eyes on Josedeodo now, and you can see the Umti and Yeon trying to poke away on him on the side. Ackerman now down low here, looking to trade damage back and forth. Core has Hex Flash over the wall, and he's going to be going for him, but it's Burdol in on APA. APA tries to flash to safety, but he's still getting hit by the Baron. And now in comes Josedeodo. Will he commit to this play? The Baron's getting incredibly low, and Jose can't find a way to get there. It's going to be the Baron for TL, but will it be the fight for IE? Jose's trying to keep them close, trying to keep them interested, looking to buy time for Snacker and Mireu to get back, but it just isn't going to happen.
Intense game of Ring Around the Rosie, Isaac. that one was definitely feeling a little bit of pressure there with the possibility of Jose looking for angles to get in, but TL clearly making the call, chasing all the way around the outside there to make sure there's no chance of a steal. They don't want this to come down to 50 health like the Dragon did, and so they make sure that they're going to be able to secure it, chase them all the way around, and they do reap the rewards of those kills earlier.
Yeah, and now they are extending this gold lead even further. They'll have that Baron buff ready for this next dragon, which would be Soul, and that is going to be big for TL. We'll see if He can find a way in there, trying to scrape together as much gold as possible to complete these items, trying to be on even keel. Snacker still kind of is that strong point, has the 3 items done, working on his 4th, but Mireu feels like he's falling a fair bit behind, you know, almost an entire item now behind of APA.
Yeah, it's getting to be a little bit painful. The extra items come in. Also, you see how deep the vision is? They're going for a pick.
Mireu in trouble, but he's going to sweep them both back into that tower. Can they actually knock him down? Core trying to finish him off, does get the kill, but Core's going to fall now as a payment. Do they go for more? It doesn't look like it. They'll just focus on this tower here. Yeon briefly pulled aggro, but will be able to finish it off. It's a tier 2 and a 1-for-1 in kills, but TL will keep the push going. Mid lane, it's going to be Impact and Burdol kind of battling it out over there. Snacker getting pushed back as he's here by himself. Has to pay respect to APA and Yeon, who have so much damage, especially against those towers. They are just blasting through that, and Yeon now, with the Bloodthirster complete for a while, can just shrug off any and all poke that Snacker can really go for.
Yeah, he's just outgunned in poke. APA and Yeon's poke is better. Umti goes back in. There's a little friendly banter there as they take away the red buff. Dragon going to be spawning in. All right, Dragon Soul on the table very shortly. They want to go for the fight first.
Yeah, we'll see Umti laying in wait here. Snacker is trying to walk up through mid lane. Was not spotted, but is still chunked a little bit low, and it's going to be very difficult if you're already missing health to ever get in here against the Ezreal and the Ziggs. TL already on the Dragon Impact, trying to zone Jose away, as Core's threatening there with the Hex Flash. It's just going to be an uncontested soul here going to Team Liquid, as we are going to see Isurus Estral trying to kite out to that mid lane. Snacker in a lot of trouble, gets hit by the ultimates, and is going to get burned down by APA. CoreJJ not even needed. The ulti comes in just for style points, and Team Liquid are on the march here, looking to put the finishing touches on this one.
I mean, Jose is pinging to go cut the wave at the moment. So I think he's going to be able to get that wave. Nobody else there is going to contest him, so he'll at least stop the mid lane siege.
Yeah, it just feels like the gold lead is out of control with the soul on top. And it feels like it's going to be very difficult for Isurus Estral to be able to come back. Burdol looking here, but APA and Yeon are around. Ackerman is going to flash forward onto APA, does land the cocoon, but it just doesn't even matter. Umti chasing after them. They're not going to be able to find Burdol. Hex Flash being channeled, will go over, but it's going to have to back off. They don't have the minions to be able to complete the dive. And this is where Ocean Soul becomes so valuable in these extended skirmishes. You just constantly are healing back up over and over and over. Jose trying to clear this out. They're going to TP in. Mireu, the Azir's coming in. We'll see if they can make their final stand right here, right now. The ulti does connect, but it's only on Umti, and it's way too early. Cocoon going to land. There's the public execution. Burdol is in the back line, but Burdol isn't getting enough done. Mireu trying to survive, goes into the stasis. They got the kill on the core. First one goes the way of IE, but it is TL battling back. Burdol barely surviving. Another Cocoon going to land on Umti. He's tanking up that tower. Impact trying to get around behind him. Going to look with the equalizer. Does get it, and he knocks down Burdol, cooked up in his own base, and Snacker is zoned off. He can't actually retreat through that, so Snacker is in trouble. He's going to get back to the base with Ackerman, but it's just going to be 3 members here trying to hold strong against the TL push.
Yeah, and it's going to be very difficult because the Ziggs is coming for those turrets. They keep up the siege. Minion waves go down. They're farming mid and top side at the same time, so both will push, but Umti is low.
Yeah, Umti is very low. Ackerman went forward with the Proto Belt there. Nearly was able to take him down. It looks like IE have held on for now. Snacker narrowly dodges the Ezreal ulti there, is going to be able to survive in the base, and Umti will get back to base, and they're going to be able to spend up all of the gold that they have in pocket here. 3K on APA, 3.1K on Yeon to spend, plus a lot of gold there for Impact and Umti, so you can see full items going to be purchased up, and that's just going to make things that much more difficult here. He went for the big play, tried to find that teleport angle. They were able to kill off Core pretty quick, but it's just obviously not going to be enough.
Yep, TL, massive gold lead, plus the Ocean Soul available to them, and they have so much range. It's like very easy to proc it and constantly keep it up. And now you've got a Banshee's Veil on APA as well, so he's also got the safety of the spell shield here. They're all coming back. Control wards as well, filling in the rest of the inventory so they can just siege up again. No angles will be left in darkness now as they use all those control wards. So they goes up the middle.
It does find APA as Yeon shifted out to safety, but that left APA out to dry. No one able to follow up on it though, so at the end of the day, it's just the ulti not getting much. We'll see if they're going to go for Ackerman here, and that looks like he is the target. Ackerman trying to run away here. Core flashes forward, gets the stun, in comes the Ziggs ulti, going to be repelled over to the blast cone. Nicely done by Ackerman, disengaging the play, gets multiple summoners. Even if the Ezreal ult hit, wouldn't have killed him, so well handled there by the Elise support.
Burdol's actually staying on the map behind them too for the flank, the long Rakan here. Burdol hasn't been seen. Jose has been seen. The rest of them not. They're just going to slip in, finish off the minion wave here. Okay, yeah, a lot sent there to try and go for the Elise, and a good repel from Ackerman over to the blast cone. But the Baron is on the map, and the Baron is going down.
Yeah, and Jose now going to be targeted here. There might not be enough damage to kill him, but they just need to keep him away because they're 2-minning that Baron, and with the Ocean Soul, you take no damage from it whatsoever. Yeon is crushing this thing. In comes Impact. That's not even going to be able to be possible to be contested. TL grab a Baron now, 9.4k ahead, Soul in pocket, and they are looking really, really strong in this first game.
Yeah, Baron empowered resets here coming in, even getting some of the tier 3 boot upgrades. The luxury here available for Team Liquid.
Getting them Gucci shoes.
Gucci shoes. Umti's got some shiny ones there. We'll see about the return, though. Top lane, of course, has the supers already going down, so everybody from TL spreading out through mid and bottom lane. With the remnants of this Baron buff, they should be able to get those waves all the way up to those inhibitor towers. Still a good minute 20 seconds left on Baron as they move into red jungle.
Yep, and Black Cleaver even completed for Core. He has quite a lot of gold for support there, so does have that Black Cleaver ready to go to be able to shred things up for Yeon and Umti. And that is going to make it that much more difficult. You can see the Azir has finished the 3rd item, and Bloodthirster on the way for Snacker, but I don't know if he's going to have time to really get there. And it's going to take a very big play. We'll see if they can find it. I feel like it has to be a multi-man Azir shuffle to really have any sort of a chance. Otherwise, you just don't really have the damage to get through them. There's a Banshees on APA. Cleanse is ready for Yeon, so even Josedeodo looking with the ulti is not that effective unless they could poke off his Banshees first and try to find some sort of an angle on APA. But they are going to be able to get it off. Public Execution, though, is sidestep. Core going to go back in here, trying to trade some damage onto Burdol, but he is overestimating his strength there. Going to get cocooned up and knocked down by Ackerman. Umti still pushing in mid. They did at least claim the inhibitor here. And it's going to be 1 kill back, but TL still on the push.
All right, let's see. Camping on control ward here. I don't think anyone from Isurus Estral would venture out into that darkness, but TL waiting around for it, still keeping up the siege with their Baron buff. This is the last minion wave they're going to have it for, though, so not a lot done here. Just a couple more scratches on the mid lane tower.
It's going to be all about Elder, and this is one of those great equalizers. If you can survive in a game, even if you're behind, if you can take that Elder and win a fight, you never know what can happen. So we'll see if Team Liquid even give them a shot at it. Pings over onto that Elder. But again, I think TL's just going to look for the same setup that they had around Baron. You just have a couple members slowly killing it off, healing up with that Ocean Soul, while everyone else just pokes and prods and makes it a nightmare for Jose to even get over there. You can see Rumble is just going to look to solo this, and I mean, IE don't even seem to have the information that it started.
All right, well, still at 10k health. Burns down fairly quickly, though, especially once APA and the rest of TL join. Yep,
yeah, it's gone.
There's no way to steal that one now. Jose trying to get in there, and Yeon firing off a couple extra Mystic shots now with the execution buff. Core goes for it.
Yeah, he's going to be ulting in. We can see Jose is going to be able to get out. Oh, the equalizer gets dropped down, but it's not going to be enough. Even the repel cannot keep you safe from impact. Gets him with the burn there from the Elder Dragon, and now APA heading down towards that bot side. TL want any fight that they can take. They've already knocked down the top inhib, they've already knocked down the bot inhib, and they're looking to add the mid one to that collection. Umti pushing forward, APA escorting in these supers, and it's going to have to be a last stand here, but there's no way they can wait out this Elder Dragon. They're already closing in on the Nexus.
Yeah, no way they can get away from this siege. Top inhibitor respawns, but it's going to immediately go back down as well. TL closing in.
Yeah, TL are closing in. We'll see how long these towers can stand. They've cleared out one wave. Impact on the side fighting Burdol. Burdol doing all right in that 1v1, but it's Josedeodo sent back to base. It's a Nexus, turrets falling, and it's Team Liquid getting closer and closer to taking this game number 1. A couple more autos will do it, and they're going to claim the first one in this one. 1 game away from making it an 8-0 perfect sweep for the LTA North.
LTA North doing well. Got some fans in the audience as well for them. Saw that. Nice cheering going on. I mean, getting right back to it, though, immediately here. Looking towards game number 2. You said it. It has already been 7-0 so far for LTA North versus South here. And the next game is Game point. Series point.
Yeah, it's
Stage point.
It's for all the marbles, but we'll see if they can make it happen. Remember, tickets are still available for the LTA Finals Block Party connected by AT&T next Sunday. While the games are in the South, fans in the North can watch them in person live at the Riot Games Arena. The LTA Lounge will take center stage in front of fans, and after a show, enjoy a block party with games, team and partner booths, food, and more. Use that QR code and grab your ticket to celebrate the LTA Split 1 Finals in person. Now, let's head on over to said lounge, who's going to be entertaining you at that block party. You better be entertained.